Warm welcome to LFTG Riyadh chapter. LFTG, or Lessons from the Ground, we call it. We have been doing this series of events over the last 2 years. This is our 15th such meetup and third in Riyadh. And we intend to be more present in Riyadh going forward, and I would like to see your participation as well. The concept of LFTG is that how can we share experiences. Of course, we don't want to talk about what is the best way or what is not the right way, etc. But more importantly, what are our experiences been and how has it impacted our businesses? That is what we want to focus on. And I would recommend everyone to share their experiences. And if at all some other company has done it and you have seen something work for them, please feel free to share that as well, so that we can all take lessons leaving there. And more than just the lessons from the ground, one thing we have realized across cities that we have hosted is that people form connections here. We spend 2-3 hours together, and as we keep doing it frequently, you make a friend out of here as well. So that will be the biggest success for us as well. So without any further ado, we will just do a quick round of introductions. I know we have spoken in bits and pieces already. I'm Ram. I lead the business for Middle East for Hooker out of Dubai. So yeah, that's as brief as it gets. I'll quickly pass around the mic. Of course, it's not required, but since we are doing some recordings, we will continue using the mic. And no worries, we are not posting anything online. It is only to kind of transcript it and share it with the peers, and we will share the photographs with you as well if you want to share anywhere only. Yeah, cool. It's on.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, thank you for inviting us for such a good event. Actually, we appreciate it so much. Okay, being in the business, actually, so we need to learn from each other, actually. We need to learn from each other experiences. So it's not about leading the market anyway now. It's about sharing pies, okay? So this is how I see it actually in the business, whether you are at in the hospitality business or the restaurant business. So you cannot play the game alone, and you cannot win alone. Okay, so it has to be a win-win situation actually. So there is a lot to learn actually from our experiences, and I'm sure we're gonna learn more from your experiences as well. So thank you again, and looking forward to have something nice tonight. Thank you very much.
Maybe you want to introduce yourself and the company?
Okay, my name is Ashraf Adam. I'm the CEO for Anasir Alghidha company. It's a shawarma business company. Okay, brand name Layl. Okay, so we have 17 stores. Okay, expanding, starting from the eastern region. Now we are stores in eastern regions, Riyadh, Mecca, and expanding outside Saudi Arabia. We open Bahrain very soon, in Kuwait and Qatar, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Ashraf.
All right, thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Ana Maria. I'm from Red Sea Global. I am Associate Director of Partnerships and Ventures. So my role is to look for companies that work with us. I also have my own investment vehicle in Switzerland. I'm used to live in Switzerland and moved to Riyadh. And very happy to be here. Thanks for the invitation and looking forward to talk to you all.
Hello, this is Salwa Al-Harbi from Gourmet Food Company related to Goodies Restaurant. Actually, the restaurant started from 2006 in Jeddah only. We was having one branch, and now we have 3 branches, and we will have more, inshallah, this coming year. Within this year, inshallah, we will have 3 branches open, but not related to Goodies Restaurant. We will have another concept, like for Goodies Mart, called Goodies Mart, contain the retail and bakery. So I just be handling the marketing inside the company to market Goodies and Goodies Mart, and inshallah I'm having my own project called G Cafe. I will be the responsible one for this project, and thank you for invitation and looking forward. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hassan Obeidan. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Modern Electronics. Modern electronics is, we are known as a sole distributor for Sony for the last 54 years in Saudi. We are part of Al Faisaliya Group. Al Faisaliya Group has almost 17 companies, different sectors. One of the sectors is the food and beverage. In the food and beverage, we do have Safida now as one of the company. We do have a series of restaurants, steakhouse, Piatto, Fire Grill. These, if you see them, these are part of our business line. We have, I'm part of electronics and system sectors within the group. So we have two companies, one modern electronics and the other one is modern media system. I handle both as chief operating officer. Now in modern electronics, we do have the Sony as a distributors, and then lately we introduce more brands. Some of them, like, let me name them, like Panasonic and major domestic appliances. We have Admiral as an American brand. We sign also with Hitachi as a distributor also for all their lineup. We have Picel as a vacuum cleaner. We have Rood, that's part of Reem, as an American company in AC. And then we are expanding more and more and more. So this is, we do have our own retail outlets. So if you see the Sony retail outlets in the kingdom, that's related to modern electronics. I'm trying to tell you something that may interact with you. So maybe you need me for any help, I can help you there. So lately we had, historically we used to have our Sony service centers across the kingdom. We had shifted that to a new brand called Dozan, D-O-Z-N. Dozan stands for, it's Arabic word, Dozan al-shay, معناتها returning it to its original condition. Dozan, okay? Now we are the sole, what do you call it? We are the service provider for Samsung, Sony, Philips, Espresso, even the coffee machines, for both B2C and B2B. So whenever you have, hopefully you will not have problem, whenever you have problem with your products, so you can call me anytime. Or if you want to buy anything also, that we are there to serve you. I think this occasion is, I was talking to myself and to my colleagues in the office. I spent with the company almost 25 years, sorry for the long presentation, but 25 years, but I was telling myself, I think we missed a lot in terms of interactions. I was talking to my colleagues here, I said, it's very important to do networking a lot in Saudi. And then I think, as Ashraf mentioned, we need to learn from each other. Nobody can say this, and it's about collaboration. How I can send traffic to you, you can send traffic to me. Then Wakoor can start building his solution and so on. And that is basically the objective of coming here. So let's basically utilize this networking to really build on it as we move forward. You have Stuck McEldals, I think he's the supply chain in Red Sea Global. He's an ex-Modern Electronics, Al Faisaliya Group. He's handling your supply chain. So the world is very close, but I think getting closer, I think there is a lot of collaboration where we can really utilize this relationship to take it forward. Thank you so much.
I think we have less participants, but the warmth in the room, I think, is amazing. So thanks for everyone, sharing your views. My name is Kapil Malhotra. I'm from India. This is my third visit to Riyadh in the last 4 months. Obviously, there have been reasons for me coming here. But what I'd also like to say is that when I was chatting with some of you outside, what we see in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is the opportunity of really, concentrating, aggregating the best practices that are across the globe and taking it to the next level. That's the reason why I'm visiting KSA over the last few months. I remember a few of my startups visiting Riyadh at the Leap Summit. Yesterday we hosted the fast food cafe convention at the Voco Hotel, and the number of brands. You were there yesterday? Yeah, so we were partners to the event as well with George and Minnie, the founders there. And as a company, as Total Solutions, this year is our 25th year of being in business. We started in 1999, and this year we also inked our partnership with WUKA. There have been a lot of lessons from the ground that we've been sharing with each other, learning from each other. I've attended the LFTG one in Delhi recently with Sarika and the entire team. But as a company, what have we been able to establish and able to do over the last 2 decades? I'm a chartered accountant by background, so for me it's always numbers that I've always understood. But what I really wanted to understand that what makes businesses work, and what makes businesses work is customers, and how do you build chemistry with your customers. So we started a business 25 years ago that measures and monitors customer experience. So today we're fast forwarding in 25 years, we've become Asia's largest mystery shopping company. So we have a lot of technologies where we not only send in decoy customers, but we have a learning platform on top of that. We have a camera technology on top of that, work very closely with Wooker. And in the region, we've been able to work with brands like Petromin in Saudi, in UAE with some other brands as well. I hope to come here more often, hope to get opportunities to share more learnings from each other. And parallelly, what we've also done is that we have created a fund to invest in businesses as well. So a few of our startups are bringing technologies here, and we're looking at also working with the startup community, because we believe that the underbelly of any economy is the entrepreneurial growth that companies have, not only the big companies, but also the smaller companies. So wherever we've seen in India that the growth that you've seen in India is because of the small and medium enterprises that have done very well. And yeah, I'm very glad to be here. I think both our nations, the leaders are good friends. They meet each other across the globe. So thanks for being here, and thanks for inviting me as well.
Abdulaziz from Sila Company, and Ali will talk about our company.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone. First of all, thank you, Mr. Ram. Thanks everyone for sharing this opportunity with us. This is Ali Bazrun, IT team leader in Sila Tamkhin Al-Amal. In our company, we provide our clients, which is business-to-business clients, with multiple services like telework, hire recruitment in general, plus the mystery shopper. That's why we have joined this meeting. Thanks again, Mr. Ram. I believe in that for any system to be valuable for us, it needs to give us, or to give its clients the information, the information or the piece of information that makes anything that's valuable. Otherwise, any system that's useless. We can just use any cloud or any system. Yeah, and that's the idea. I'm pretty sure that Wooker can benefit us and can add the value for us to give us the information for any business owner or anyone who can give the details or the information to analyze his business or her business. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Cool. So we will get started with the first point of discussion that we thought we would have it. One thing I'm seeing is I think most of us are working with multiple brands, either as investors or as owners or as mystery shoppers and partners, or someone coming up with a new concept as well. And of course, Mr. Hassan was mentioning about multiple businesses which are much more scaled up as well. One thing yesterday in our conversations, we realized someone quoted this, that almost 70% of the new brands that get launched don't see the end of the year itself. They get shut down in almost a year's time, right? So that's a huge, huge hit rate. So building a brand is a key. So that's where all the partners come in and all the leaders come in. What have been your experiences primarily in terms of ensuring consistent customer experience? What kind of interventions that the businesses are doing? I know Goodies has been there for almost 20 years now. I'm sure they're doing something fantastically well. So what are those learnings that you think is impacting your business? Of course, we are from different types of businesses, so it would be great to kind of hear your thoughts on what type of interventions, what type of experiences that you've had, which has ensured the longevity or the scale up of the businesses over the last few years. Yeah, anyone can start.
As Ram has mentioned, it's let me talk about the food business sector. Okay, it's becoming very challenging, very storming. Okay, so being on top of an organization seeking to grow up or something like that, you have to be well equipped actually. Well equipped in terms of knowledge, well equipped in terms of data, well equipped in terms of how to brainstorm and how to gather your team up, okay? And somehow gathering data and your way in knowing and your connections actually to know what's going on in the business. So it's very essential for any business right now to be able to predict what will happen, okay? At the next month, the next 6 months, the next year, the coming years. So it's very important, okay? And to be very ready for what's gonna happen, okay? And how you're gonna be ready for that. So nowadays, as I mentioned, the business is becoming very storming and very challenging. Why? Because the people's habit is becoming continuously changing, okay? So if we're talking about 30 years back, since I started my career, so it wasn't the same like now. No, today you are talking about generations and mindsetting, which is totally different from the way you used to accept even. And you need to adapt, and to adapt quickly, actually. So sometimes you find that the business trends is going somewhere you never expect. And sometimes you will never know how is this happening. So the more you are very well equipped with the right team, the knowledge, the information, the more you will be able to deal with the very producing working environment and business environment. This is very important. So the more you are able to deal with the changes at the business community, actually, so the more you will be able to continue and grow, okay? And actually, this is, if there is something I've learned in the last 5 years, so I think the most valuable things, this is what I have just said. You have to be more able to predict what's gonna happen. And it will never be a one-man show. Gather your team, know what's going on, go deeper, even the store managers, even the co-workers, okay, ask them about their opinion, what they want, what they are willing to do, or how they see things. Believe me, it's a gold mine down there. So this is how we're gonna survive, actually, because frankly speaking, if I'm talking about the food business, everybody suffers, okay? You're suffering for the bottom line, okay? As I said before, 30 years back, we were able to do 33% at the bottom line. Yeah, this was true. 33%. Today, 10% is very good. 10% is very good, okay? So, actually, this is what I appreciate about being in such an event, because sharing experiences in this area would be very helpful, actually. My mindsetting, no one will survive alone. No one. Everybody must share experiences, so everybody will survive. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashraf. That was insightful. Primarily talking about the frontline teams. They have a trove of data which has to flow up the communication, and as the businesses get larger and larger, how do we enable them to be much more empowered and democratize the information, I think will impact businesses significantly. Thanks, Ashraf. And you want to take a stab at it? Yeah. So, yeah, sorry, Mr. Hassan. We were talking about as more and more brands come into play as the businesses are expanding. The pie is definitely getting bigger, but the slice is becoming smaller. How do brands sustain?
Intensive rivalry is decreasing.
Yes, yeah. So how do brands sustain and how do they deliver consistent experience? Of course, you have been the longest in business, 54 years with one brand. So what have been your experiences in ensuring the consistency of services, etc.?
Right?
So yeah, I'm sorry, and that was the question. But yeah, please, go ahead.
Okay, yes, as what Mr. Ashraf said, yes, now the market is not easy. It's become so hard for you to survive in a market. It's just like you are a small fish in a big sea, and the people around you, they are sharks. So if you didn't become like a purple cow, you will die. So you need to figure how to find solution or how to read minds or how to find a new way for you to present your material or the food that you are selling to people. Now, as what Mr. Ashraf says also, like people now, they change their habit in food, they change. Sometimes you will find people that they want to be healthier, okay? And sometimes you find like, no, we want to have heavy food, okay? So you cannot have indicator like what the things that you need to present for them in a market. So you need to like think twice or maybe more than that for you to present every single things that people need now in the market. And also like find a new solution, as also like, you know, maybe sometimes you said like I need to find solution from big minds or big position people in a company, but maybe the smallest guy, the runner, he can knows what is the benefit or what is the things that is perfect for this company or for this restaurant to be success. Because you cannot say like this runner he don't have idea. No, maybe he have more vision that more than ours, for example, the managers. So yes, we need to work harder, we need to think, we need to find solution. Yes, market is so huge now. You sell something, you can find it in any other restaurant, but how you can present these things to people, how you can, let's say, cheat them, okay, and give them the things that they want, okay, by maybe playing or doing some art in a plate. For example, I will just give us example now. Monkey Restaurant, he's selling a dish with 6,000 riyal, which is about like only burger. It's only burger. You can eat it in McDonald's, for example, but how they selling it to people. So this is the things, I think. Thank you.
I don't have much to say as good as this stuff, but maybe from a different perspective, a lot of people focus also on their customer and they forget about their staff, and your staff is the one who's going to make and break it, right? So you have a lot of people saying, oh, you should promote the restaurant or you should sell this, but then you treat the staff like crap and they hate the place, so everywhere they go, right, they're not promoting it. So I think in this direction also we need to really focus on actually making the staff the champion, and, you know, really having the staff treated well so that they will go by themselves and promote where they work in, and not the opposite and kind of ruining ourselves. Yeah.
Can't agree more.
Let me, from my side, start with the experience that I had. One day I was on the weekend leaving my home on the way to gas station, and then in the gas station I went to one of the coffee shop. When I enter into the coffee shop looks very nice, beautiful from outside. I will not mention the brand name, but it looks very nice, beautiful, welcoming from outside, getting in. Then when I stand near to the counter, I have seen like the employee is really disengaged. Now, even in a situation that you want to tell him sorry to see you like this, how I can help you, rather than he will ask you how I can help you. So now I have taken it, to be very honest, I was thinking deeply, thinking about we as a country trying to be different. Our leadership is really doing great job so far to really improve the situation. Now, I look to it as a national guy, as a national guy, Saudi local, that's seeing, while inviting these people from outside, Is this responsibility only to the entrepreneur, that the way that he want to treat people, the guests who are coming? We are known as a Saudi that we are welcoming people. We are like taking care of our guests. Now that philosophy, that way of treatment need to be really translated to everybody in the market in Saudi. Now the way that he should not, again, I'm not blaming that guy, but I'll mention the reason. But now what we should do as a country to make this guy smiling, to make this guy happy, so the customer, while he's entering the coffee shop, he get excited about the country itself. So it's not only about projects around, it's about really the people, they need to like it. Now that experience, if somebody coming from outside, he will try to compare Saudi Arabia, the coffee that he drink while he's during the visit, with maybe a cup of coffee that he done it somewhere, okay? I have taken it to this. Now I was talking to myself, if I am in the position of the country, in the country, in the administration of the country, what I should do to make this change happen. So it's not only at the customs. People are happy now in the airport when they come. You know, the experience, people are welcoming, and it used not to happen in the past. But how to translate that even in the coffee shop, in the hospitality. So that will make us feeling more proud even in terms of this. So that's when I'm talking about the responsibility is not only about making money, 30% in the bottom line, 10% in the bottom line. It's more about be part of the vision of the country and really contribute, okay, to that part. Now, if we deserve this, I try to explain them. I'm very sorry, how I can help you? Is there anything? Then I explain to them, if you have a problem, please talk to your management, okay? And then I can help you if you need a salary, whatever. So anyhow, so he get that message. Now, coming back, I want to add something about this. We are in an industry about consumer electronics, home appliances. Now what's happening, so similarly you mentioned that we had spent 54 years in this country. So we believe in something that what brought you here will not take you there. Okay, 50 years gone, how to make really fundamentals, change in the fundamental that will take us another 50 years. So the game is totally different. Okay, the game is totally different. So now what we have seen, I think it's common also, the way that I heard about different industry, but it's almost similar. Now product itself become a commodity. So there are not much of differences. So the old days, Sony, for example, used to be the big innovators when you come to technology and the way they introduce a product. Apple had followed and then things going. But now when you come, everybody talking. Yesterday there was the launch of the new iPhone. Now I'm sure everybody, when you see those advertisements, you are wondering, what's new? Shall I move to the new iPhone or not? Now this question is, it's everywhere. In all your industry, it's same. So the products become a commodities. Now the only thing you need to stand out of the crowd to become like a difference. This is what we talk to ourselves internally. Product become a commodity, you need to really bring something different on the top of the product itself. The food becomes, it's a food itself. Now you are selling experience, you are not selling the food itself if you want to come about this. Now how to improve, how to this? Definitely, your employee is your key asset. If you either they can break the business or they can make you successful. So you really need to engage. And then I like what Ashraf mentioned. Just listening, it make a difference. People are not spending time with their employees, unfortunately. Managers, like you don't spend, you just give orders. And this. If you spend more time with your people on the floor, I think they will give you the success or the next. So I'll stop here basically, but definitely that everybody should be willing to change. You need to change your way of doing things. You should be open for a change. And which is not last, I was talking to Kapil about before the meeting, saying about Saudi Arabia, there is big opportunity, big opportunity. But coming also to other mission without really collaboration and working together closely, you are in the alliance, you are in partnership. So in Saudi, it's about consolidation. It's about working together. If everybody pretend that he can really do something better, he may fail. Yeah. I give you one example because I'm part of the committee. I'm part of, there is a Mukatafa, is a consultant firm. We are trying to narrow the bridge between private and public sectors. And we are trying to involve private sectors in policy making and then in the changes. This is what I said. One of the challenge that we brought PIF, they came with a lot of projects. Now when they came here, if they don't understand who are the key players in the market in that domain, they may miss a lot. In terms of that, we have seen it clearly because we are in the entertainment, in the PlayStation, you know, the gaming this. There is a company, I don't want to mention the name, but they pretend that they know everything, and then they have come alone. It's become very challenging for them because they felt like it's very easy to execute, but in reality it's not. So that's why we are encouraging the big mega project to really participate with the local players here and try put them as part of the system to make it happening. Because if you add them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with your big as a giant, that can really reshape, because the objective of the country is not only to compete locally here, it's to compete globally. So the export is the key, moving regionally is the key. It's not only about the domestic market. So I'll stop here, and hopefully we hear a lot of good from you, Kabil, also.
I think this is great great stuff happening today evening. You know, it reminds me of investment that we made in the food and beverage space. So the founders invited us to their restaurant, and they served us. In India, there's a product that we all enjoy. It's known as pakoras. So what they do is that they deep fry potatoes, onions. It's like onion rings or potatoes. So they deep fry it and they serve it, and everyone has it with tea. It's like an evening thing. You know, everyone enjoys it. They'll also do it with chicken. They'll also do it with different items. So it's a deep fried. It's like, you can say it's a KFC chicken type of a product with a thicker batter. So look at it this way. It's oily, it's greasy, and it's heavy, right? So when we went for the food tasting, we tried it. My first reaction was, is this air fried? Because it's not, there's no oil that I can feel on my fingers. When I'm biting into it, again, it's not feeling that greasy. And they said, no, this is deep fried. So I was like, wow, you know, when someone is really doing a good job in terms of frying it at the right temperature, maybe, because it's not oily. And then I asked them their pitch. I said, can you show us your pitch and how much are you raising and what's your plan and so on and so forth. And they said, yes, sir, we'll definitely do that, but we'll do that tomorrow. So I was like, well, you've called us today, right? So they said, yes, there's a reason why we want to do this tomorrow. And we were like, really? We've never gone to a pitch where someone is not giving a pitch. But interestingly, the next day, and I was, again, you know, intrigued what's going to happen. So the next day in the evening time, they give me a call and they're like, are you in office or are you at home? So I'm like, I'm at home today. And they said that, okay, we would like to home deliver what you had yesterday in case you liked it. And I was like, okay, sure. So they home delivered the same product at home. I think I was busy doing some work, and my mother receives the food. And then we're sitting on the dining table, and then we're trying the food again. And my mom makes a remark. She's like, where did you order this from? Because this seems to be from nearby, because the pakoras or the fritters, they haven't become gooey or they haven't become, lifeless. They look crisp. They're just perfect. And I knew that they didn't have an outlet or a cloud kitchen nearby, so I gave them a call and I said, it took you 45 minutes for you to deliver when you called me, but the fritters are crisp. There's no oil in them. And they said, yes, that's our pitch. Our pitch is that the batter that we've created and the deep fry that we do is done at a particular temperature that keeps the batter extremely crisp from inside. It's nice and slightly tender from the inside, to outside is crisp, and the oil does not go in. So that is their innovation. That was their pitch. And we realized that this was becoming the world's first deep-fried, oil-free fritters or pakoras. And I invested in them, and I told them, 10 friends of mine, please do the same with all of them. Out of the 10, 7 invested, right? So that was the first thing that we did. This was in January of 2020. In March of 2020, COVID hit, so they had 3 stores. All the 3 stores had to be closed. Guess what? They were even more happy because this was a delivery-friendly product. So during COVID, they just grew like a J-curve, like a hockey stick. So I think innovation is something that is the most difficult to do because all of us are in a comfort zone. It's like in shawarma, Ashraf, what innovation can happen? I'm sure there's something that can happen. I don't have an answer to it. I was telling you yesterday evening I had a very interesting mix of a shawarma which had chicken and other things mixed to it. It was very nice. I really enjoyed it because otherwise it's such comfort food that, but I think innovation is the key, and that's the most difficult thing to do. And the moment you do that, things really change. I just thought of sharing.
Okay. As the last one in this table, I would like to say, wow, mashallah, we are learning a lot from this meeting today. Anyway, just early in this morning, I was telling our CEO from our company that there's an employee, and there's a wonderful, an amazing, a fantastic employee. There's a product, and there's a fantastic, wonderful, awesome product. That's the idea of stand up and make a difference between your product and any other product. Anyway, to make this, from my point of view, I believe in that you have to manage your employees or to manage the human resources that you already have in your team, in your company, in your sector, in anything. That's what makes your product, your team, your company be perfect in this thing. For example, if you have a team that has a full loyalty for your company, yeah, they will work for you. For example, just what you mentioned earlier today, we already faced the COVID-19 pandemic and the issue that we closed everywhere and so on. Yeah, how can you manage this such an issue if you don't have a team who can work with you? For example, remotely from home, that you can trust, that they can work with you, that they can give you the ideas. By the way, I already believe that to have a fantastic or a wonderful product, you have to be somehow crazy sometimes. Again, just Mr. Hassan mentioned that we have iPhone. Just mentioned, they just announced the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro. What's the difference? Almost nothing new. That's the idea. Previously, once first iPhone or first iPhones were published, there are some ideas for each device. I was telling our CEO again today, even the button, we know that the button should be in the top of the device, not the below. While iPhone, for example, 1, 2, or 3, and 3G, and so on, no, the button was under the enclosure. How come? We know that the button should be circular, but the button in iPhone, first iPhones, were circular with a rectangle or a square inside it. How can it be like this? Yeah, that's the idea. If you are thinking like a crazy, yeah, you will get a fantastic idea to stand up, to stand alone, to have a perfect project for your team or for your company. Yeah, somehow like this. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ali. Thanks, everyone. So I'd like to just kind of extend on it, starting with iPhone. When Steve Jobs launched it, he had to say this, like, it's a phone, it's an email, it's a music device. He kept repeating it. I don't know if any of us have seen the keynote. He kept repeating it, and the way he promoted it, he gave an experience out of that. So now we were talking about, as Mr. Hassan mentioned, someone having an experience in a store, or people looking for different experiences every time they walk into a Goodies or any food outlet for that matter. And also with the new young population, I think Saudi is almost 60% is less than 30 now, and they are very well-traveled. They are exposed to other pockets of the world, and they have a global exposure. Well, coming into Saudi and blowing up with so many brands coming up, started by people who have traveled, who have lived abroad, etc., coming back and setting up businesses, experiences become the key. How can you keep changing the experiences, or give the same experience but in an innovative way, keep differentiating it, right? So want to kind of understand what kind of experiences you're focusing on. Of course, on the food side, you have a frequent but low-touch experience. Whereas in white goods, it's a very rare experience, but it's a very high-touch experience. A person coming in to buy an AC would probably spend 15 minutes with you to understand everything, and he will go to 5 other shops to figure out which place I should buy an air conditioner from. Whereas when I come to a coffee shop, I'm looking for convenience, I'll just grab it. I'll not go to 5 shops and try it. I'll try it today. If I like it, I'll come back. If I don't, I'll just skip to the next shop. That's the way in a food business. So when coming to experiences at your shop or at your outlet, and there are mystery auditors, and I think they are auditing hundreds of brands in a year, what type of experiences have delighted you? Or you are investing significantly in your business to kind of enhance the customer experience, and what type of moments you have been able to create. Would be great to kind of hear, because I'm sure there are learnings for each other from this. Anyone can start?
Anna, for example, I like in the food. I think we can hear each other. So
Just for the recording.
recording. Yeah, so I like the customer experience. Still, there are still some restaurants. It's small, but it's really impactful. For example, if you call a shawarma store, and then he answered the call with your name, the landline. This has big difference, because you will be worried about if you call him for the delivery, he will ask you about your address, where are you? You know, that's the hassles itself. And that is why the food aggregators apps like Hunger Station or whatever, Talabat or whatever you call it, take you away from that's the experience. Take it away. I like also one of the pharmacy, to be very honest, and this is about seriousness of the management about delivering different experience. I ordered the first time from the pharmacy, because usually I will not order. Why I should order from pharmacy, which is just neighborhood, they'll just drop and pick my stuff. You know, I order within less than 30 minutes, they deliver it, like 20 minutes this. Okay, it's not only here, the experience. They call me like happy call and then try to understand the experience. And they ask me one question which is still in my mind. Did the driver ask you about your location? Send me Google location or something? So meaning they are very serious. If he asks you about the location, it's like they will take it very seriously about this. So again, it's about your commitment towards your customer to have a different experience. I call this guy because he know me, he know my location, he will not disturb me, and then he will make it. Now, the remaining parts, do you know what to figure out? Because the remaining parts, which I feel, now they solve a lot of these issues, because when I see these, for example, these aggregators or food aggregators, they reach a situation, like 2 months back, I used, like when I order the food, when he is, like I used to receive a call when he reached, sir, I'm on the door. Now they had applied something, you get a notification, get ready, and it is like 2 minutes. Get ready, the driver is almost there. So now, while walking, he saved the time, I reach to the door, I pick up, and there is no need that he call me, that I am near to your door. So they save the time. So see, this fraction of on the customer journey, it's make a big difference. This is fraction of this. So they have taken to the details. So that's why the customer experience, to be very honest, customer experience, attention to the details, this is what will make you stand out of this. Now in this, I had mentioned about the dozen customer service experience. I told them very clearly, because now we are trying to implement a complete CRM from A to Z in the after sales support. I told them, when you come to the customer experience and home appliances, electronics, we need to be different. And then when I become different in terms of how we interacted with the customer. I give very clear instruction. There is nobody who is perfect in all these journey. So when you break it into pieces, you will find different industry have really made an advance into the customer experience. Like for example, I just mentioned about the food delivery. They have reached advance, because you can track your driver, you can chat with the driver, you can see him when he reached to your home, and this. That's one part of which we can implement. But when I am coming at your home or picking your device, definitely there is the checklist about checking your device. If there is a scratch or there is something. Now this, I found like the car industry had been advanced there when you rent your car. So they will check your car, there is an e-signatures. So this is also applicable in our industry. So I told them, there is nobody like perfect in everything. Food is good in here, but the car industry is good, and when you have the checklist about receiving your products and you make sure that everything is perfect. So that's why getting these combinations of different customer experience is important. I told them very clearly, customer now elevations of the expectation has been raised up. Now, if somebody calling him about give me your location, there is no mobile app, and actually like your food, he will get upset, right? So that's why the experience has been elevated drastically. Your competitors now, it's not becoming another one who's repairing the device. Your competitors become even the food. because on the way that the customer experience being delivered. So this is the way that maybe the new experience, okay, it's, don't look to your computers only the, you know, the other food that's around you, or if you are electronics, then other this. No, look to the customer as an individual, put him in the central as customer-centric approach, and then see what experiences the customer is taking, and then you really need to deliver, and you need to get ready for next innovation to take it to next level. So that's what I want to share about this aspect. Yeah, thank you.
I'll just add 3 quick examples to it. We have an electronic brand in India which is very famous. They sell microwaves, they sell air conditioners, they sell laptops, they sell Apple phones and everything. And obviously they have tons of competitors, right? So what was happening is that whenever they had an offer or a price or a promotion, their competitor would reduce it by small, thin margins. Like if I'm buying a phone from you versus the other one, the phone is the same, so it really doesn't matter, right, at the end of the day. When we were working with them, they said, you know, we're going to drop our price by another small percentage. So this price war was continuing, and who wins in a price war? No one does, right? The customer does. But the customer is not loyal then, because he's going to go to the next person. So the question came to us that what should we do? So we said the first and foremost thing that you need to understand when a person is buying a product, what is the purpose of the person buying the product? So your concept has to be in terms of we helping you buy, not we selling it to you, right? So whenever a customer, for example, a microwave, we did the first thing in a microwave because we realized that a lot of customers were coming back that they were not happy with the microwave that they bought. So the first thing that we put in the SOP when you were buying a microwave was, the first question was, how many people at home? 4 of us. Okay, what type of food do you? We grill, we do a lot of grilled food. We reheat our food or something or the other. Okay. So the first thing this person would say, you don't need a 40-liter microwave, you need a 20-liter microwave. So now the price is what the person was looking at earlier, the higher price. The person is saying, no, you don't need that one. You need the convection and grill and a 20-liter. So now the customer is seeing is that he's not trying to give me an expensive product. He's trying to give me a product that I need, right? And then the person is giving more tips and more advice. So what is happening all of a sudden, this person is becoming a doctor to me in terms of selling me an electronic product because you trust a doctor. If you're able to build that element of trust with that person, if the price is slightly higher, you don't change your doctor because you trust. So the element what we told this electronic brand, don't get into the price war, get into the trust war. If you're trying to build that trust, customers are not going to go away from you. So that tagline of, we help you buy, customers started saying, no, we trust this brand more and we don't mind paying that extra premium for the right consultation, which was one. Another custom experience that blew me off, there's this brand of hotels in India that I will share at the end of, I'm not going to give the name right now. So whenever I travel, everyone has a particular peculiar trait when they travel. Some people like their clothes in a particular way. Some people like to keep their shoes in a particular way. When I travel, I carry my toothpaste. I'm sure a lot of us do. We don't like the hotel toothpaste. So this toothpaste of mine was at literally the last squeeze, right? In the evening when I come back, there are 2 more new tubes kept in my in the washroom, and a handwritten note, dear Mr. Kapil Malhotra, we noticed that you were running out of your favorite toothpaste. We just thought of organizing it for you so that you didn't have to run an extra mile while you're on your trip. And I was like, wow, where are these guys thinking from? So my reaction instantly was to give a call to the duty manager. And I said, first of all, let me congratulate you on creating a wow moment, right? How much would that toothpaste cost? I don't know. But the effort that you guys put in terms of getting it to my room and someone noticing it. I said, I really want to meet the housekeeping individual, the person who noticed it, got it arranged, got it in the bathroom. And I said, I'd like to come downstairs and meet that person and have a coffee with that person because I want to acknowledge that person for a great job being done. The duty manager said, "Sir, you don't need to do that. That's our job." I said, "No, I insist." So I think experiences are about creating wow moments, which is the most difficult thing to do. But when you empower your team to do that, and if you create some sort of a reward and recognition behind it, people like to write negative comments when something doesn't go well. But I think the power of appreciation and creating a process around it, I think is the most difficult thing to do. But if you're able to do that, it's like, with your children, if you have the power of appreciating their good work, as against saying, no, you didn't go a good job. I think those are customer experiences and moments that we all need to work towards.
Okay, 100% agree with you on certain points, okay, which we should give the customer a wow experience, okay? The things which I'm not 100% agree with it, that the price which the customer is gonna pay becoming very, very, very important to the customer, okay? So if I'm a customer and had your wonderful experience, actually, in staying in a certain hotel or something like that, and in my next trip, okay, I find another offer somewhere is giving me a 40% discount or something like that, okay, I'll go for it blindly, okay? Still, honor and value my last experience, okay? And I'll keep telling this to my kids and my friends, it happens with me, so and so and so and so. But if you're not giving me a competitive price, okay, and reason to come back, so it will be still a very nice story to tell, okay? This is how I partially agree. I don't know what you think about this, so. Exactly. And of course, it totally differs from a business to another, okay? Restaurants, exactly. If we're talking about electronics or something like that, of course. Yes, exactly. If it's a very high quality device, of course, if the price is double the other, of course, I'll go for the higher price, of course, because it's gonna last for 2-3 years, while the other device will stay for 6 months. So of course, it's again about the ROI, okay, the return on investment, how much money I'm gonna pay for it, and what I'm getting in return. Okay, this is the point I'd like to mention. Allow me to just mention another 2 points, okay, which is too much related to what we have said. It's about the culture, okay? Your experience was about the culture at the workplace, right? Okay, if the housekeeping guys or lady haven't noticed this, of course, 100% she would notice that. But the point is how to report this to the manager. This is the culture we're talking about, okay? It's about what kind of culture you're planning in your workplace, okay? And in this area, I remember, long time back, so one of the authors at the business field, he's an Austrian American, but I don't recall his name, mentioned something about the culture, the work culture, which sometimes in your careers you heard a lots of nice slogans, something like that, but this one was the kind of which sparkle you in your head, so you keep thinking about it. So the point is, the quote was, culture eats strategy for breakfast. Meaning, if you have no positive culture, So whatever the strategy you are making, so it's useless. Okay? So thank you very much. I've taken a long time, so thank you very much.
I think the restaurant business.
Yeah, we are.
Sorry, I would like to apologize. I need to jump out because I have a gathering at home. So the schedule was from 4 to 6. So I'm really interested to continue, and it was very nice to meet all of you guys. But I need to catch up that I have a gathering at home. So sorry for that. I apologize. Nice to meet you guys.
We'll wrap up in another 10 minutes or so because I think everyone has plans. So we'll get to the networking session in another 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, we can jump.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please go.
Yeah, one of the experience actually I just want to mention before we go to the workshop. We was having complaint for one of the customer that she came to our restaurant, and she was really upset about the service that she get. And then I was actually before I become marketing manager, I was the customer experience manager, and then I get promoted. So I know all the experience that customer have. So this customer, she was very upset, and I raised the complaint to the branch manager. And the things that the same employee that he had or he served her that day, he watched the video from the camera and he just memorized her face. And we called her, we said, okay, we will just manage the problem and. And then after maybe like 3-4 months, she come back, but she wasn't like expect like we're gonna give her free table or whatever it is. The same waiter that he served her, he remember her face and he ran to the manager for the branch and he said, "This is the woman. Let me serve her again." And she was like, "This is the wow." She was having a wow service. She was like, "Oh my God, I cannot tell, but I'm recommending all my friends to come and this guy must serve them back." Because he really like, I don't know actually what he did to her, but she was very happy. And this is like very, very good, like very good things. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, back to the price and experience. I think his experience is very important to give your customer experience. And I used to tell my team, actually, I used to lead a startup company in Riyadh, and I used to tell my sales team, we are not the cheapest in the market. Like, this is like, when you go to sell, we are not the cheapest, but we want to deliver quality. And this is how we kept certain customer coming back to us because of the experience that they have with us. So definitely, I agree with you, and I agree with you as well. I think the best is combination of both. Yeah.
So I think we will move to an informal session. I think some of us might have plans. Mohammed, I think, has special plans. We will not disturb anyone. But thanks everyone for coming in firstly. And we'll continue this to the coffee section. And we would love to spend more time with everyone and get to know each other better and get to know from each other's experiences as well. And we'll keep doing this and looking forward to hosting more and more of everyone in the coming chapters of LFTG, or Lessons from the Ground from WUKA. Thanks again. With that, I'll wrap it up, this formal session. We'll just move to an informal setting. Before we all disperse, it would be great if you could just get a group photo as a memory to take away, and I'll send it to everyone. Right? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.